Shi Heng Yi once said, "The one who fears loneliness has not yet met their true self." Now imagine this. You are sitting alone in your room at night. The lights are off. Your phone is in your hand. You scroll through social media, but no message calms you down. The more you scroll, the emptier you feel inside. This is the moment most people run away from, the moment of facing loneliness. But if a Shaolin master were sitting beside you, he wouldn't say, "Go distract yourself. Find someone quickly." Instead, he would say, "Wait. Look at this moment. This is not your enemy. It is your teacher." And then he would share with you 5 truths. 5 truths that, if you listen closely, will forever change how you see loneliness. 1. Fear of loneliness is really fear of yourself. Most of us are not afraid of being alone. We are afraid of meeting ourselves. In silence, the voices we've buried rise louder. The voice of regret, the voice of longing, the wounds we hide. That's why people surround themselves with endless noise, music, messages, television, crowds, anything but silence. The solution: try silence, even for a few minutes. Silence is not your enemy. Silence is your mirror. Imagine switching everything off. For the first few minutes, you may feel restless, but slowly you begin to realize how distant you've become from yourself. That moment might feel painful, but it is exactly where courage begins. 2. Being with others doesn't erase loneliness. Why do some people feel lonely even in a crowded room? Because true loneliness does not come from the absence of others. It comes from the absence of yourself. If you are disconnected from who you are, no crowd in the world can fill the void. The solution: build a relationship with yourself first. Imagine someone who laughs loudly at every party, surrounded by people, yet deep inside feels hollow. Their problem isn't the lack of company, it's the lack of connection with themselves. Self-knowledge, the courage to see both your strengths and weaknesses, is the only bridge that makes any relationship meaningful. 3. Loneliness is not an enemy, it is a teacher. We label loneliness as weakness, but in the Shaolin tradition, they say, the one who learns to be alone can never be enslaved by anyone. Loneliness is not a curse, it is a classroom. Truth: every time you are alone, don't say, "I am lonely." Say, "I am in class with myself." Imagine this. After a painful argument, you sit alone in your room. That silence could be a swamp or a mirror. If you see it as a class, it shows you what truly frightens you. Maybe dependency, maybe fear of being worthless, maybe just unfamiliarity with your own company. Loneliness is like water. When it is still, it reflects your face with perfect clarity. But if you throw stones into it, if you stir it constantly, all you see are ripples and chaos. In the same way, when you let your solitude become still, it reveals your truest reflection. 4. Loneliness is a chance to create. Every time you are alone, you have 2 choices. Fill the space with fear, or fill it with creation. The greatest works of art, the deepest ideas, and the strongest people were all shaped in moments of solitude. The solution: don't see solitude as a prison. See it as a workshop. Imagine the painter, alone with a canvas, creating a world with every stroke, or the thinker, sitting at a desk in silence, writing words that later changed thousands of lives. Loneliness means space, and in that space, you can build, even if it's just a single new thought. 5. Loneliness becomes dangerous when it disconnects you from yourself. Yes, human beings are social. Extended loneliness can break us. But there is a difference between solitude that strengthens you and isolation that weakens you. Truth. If your solitude no longer makes you stronger, it's time to return to connection. Imagine someone who says, "I just like being alone," but slowly they cut everyone off, build no relationships, and sink into silence. That's no longer solitude. That's a cage. The line between healthy solitude and destructive isolation is thin. Learning to see it is one of life's greatest skills. So the Shaolin way to face the fear of loneliness is this. Don't run from yourself. Build connection with yourself. See loneliness as your teacher. Turn solitude into creation, and know the boundary between solitude and isolation. Now I ask you, have you ever felt lonely even in the middle of a crowd? Write your answer in the comments. And if you enjoy simple psychology explained through Shaolin wisdom, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video.